Who am I? Where do I come from? How did I get here? These questions have been bugging people from time immemorial, and everyone more or less capable of answering them has solved this issue in their own peculiar way. Even those who never bothered to ponder this matter for one or another reason were nonetheless curious about the opinion of others, and searched for pre-cooked and ready-made answers to these never-ending questions. Metaphysically speaking, I began the quest for my roots right after I was born, but in reality, the search for my ancestry began in earnest much later, when I was a curious and nosy teenager. An individual, regardless of where he or she lives, is always curious about his or her roots. This is often manifested in our intense desire to identify the nature and origin of our last names. We tried to dig deep enough into history to discover the very person from whom our last names originated. To me, it happened when I was 16, the day I finally wondered what my last name meant and why. A few weeks later, I discovered that my great-great-grandfather was a winemaker in a tiny village in eastern Georgia. And then it dawned on me, if finding the roots of my origin was so important to me, how much more significant it would be when a whole nation or country begins to examine its own roots and understand its own identity. One of the first things I learned about Georgia was that the Georgian language did not belong to any linguistic family, which I thought must have made these people feel very lonely in this world. I could surely relate to that, as all I myself knew was that my forefathers were from a land most people cannot even locate on a globe. Yet as we all know, this is a small world. After all, differences among tribes at the beginning of history were negligible, as blood and family ties were strongly embedded in the memories and minds of the people. As time passed, and the earth became increasingly populated, these memories faded. Tribes no longer identified each other through the blood ties they once shared, but rather through the fields, forests, and mountains that they occupied. Thus, my quest for personal roots naturally involved a quest for the origin and history of my own country. As a result, I discovered a stunning and gorgeous world called Georgia, which compelled me to share my discoveries and feelings with you. This book is a result of several years of research, analysis, and pondering, and a number of visits to the land of my forefathers. Today, as modern technology improves and territorial distances are so easily overcome, discovering and restoring the blood ties that tribes, nations, and countries once shared seems more possible than ever before. Indeed, common ancestry brings people closer to one another, ultimately ensuring peace on earth and goodwill among men. Take care of one another and keep on reading, my dears.